Hi, welcome to the podcast as we come to you live on tape from the Boomer and Geo studio. What's up, Al?
Oh, hi there, Jerry. Jerry, I have three different unrelated things I would like to discuss
unrelated
with you.
topics.
Yeah, there
Are you a
three of
hero
them,
in
though.
any of them?
No, unfortunately,
today, damn it.
these are just things that I took note of while I was on vacation, and I
Okay.
said, let me.
Would you save these for me?
Yes, I saved
I
these
like
for
it.
you. I use this app called Brain Toss,
Okay.
which I actually heard Howard Stern talk about many years ago. It's an app where it basically emails yourself quickly. You could open up your email app and email yourself, but this is a much quicker thing. So when I think of things, I just hit the app, type it out, hit send, and it goes to me.
All right.
So three different things. One, are you somebody who is on LinkedIn?
Do I have an account? Yes.
Do you have a picture of yourself on LinkedIn, or are you just like the
don't
LinkedIn
know.
version of the egg?
I don't log in very often. My guess would be I don't know.
Yeah, I do have a LinkedIn, but I don't really use it.
Okay.
If someone requests to connect with me on LinkedIn and they can help me in the future, I accept them.
But if it might be a student that you might be able to help in the future,
I don't accept.
you're out.
Yeah, I'm out.
Okay.
I think it's just a nice place to keep your resume, just so
Okay.
you know where you're at.
Is your resume uploaded?
It is. I did.
I didn't know you could do that.
Years ago. Yeah. Well, I guess I didn't upload a resume. I typed
typed in
everything
the
out.
information?
Yeah, and then it makes a resume for you.
Here's mine. WFAN since 1997.
The end.
Well, there's a lot more, but
Yes.
Okay.
Right. You've got all those other things.
I
But
do.
yeah, so one of the things that LinkedIn does, which I think is a scam. This is going to see if you think this is a scam. or not.
Okay.
So you could pay for LinkedIn.
hmm
And what that will do is it'll tell you if somebody who looked at your profile.
Right.
So
I get an email every day saying how many searches there were this week. Not every day, I guess every week.
this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Right. You get you go on there and it'll say 81 companies searched you. It'll
Mhm.
show you who it is. And it's always somebody in your business.
Right.
So you're telling me that every week 80 to 100 of these companies
Are
in
searching you.
are searching me and 0 have reached out?
Right.
That's got to be a scam.
Yeah, I would think so. That to me is probably more just other people on LinkedIn are curious and have either your name has come up. I don't know how it works.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So okay, so let me ask you this. So let's say somebody I look at somebody on LinkedIn and that person, okay, I look at somebody. Do they get, and in their email, does it say WFAN looked at you?
I would think it's going to say if they pay for it, it's going to say Al Dukes.
Oh, if they pay for
checking
it.
you out.
Yeah, but if they don't pay for it,
then I would think the business might come up. Yeah,
yeah.
I think
so. That's how
possible.
they're doing it.
It's intriguing. Like I've thought about paying for it just when I see those emails, but I also don't believe it to be real.
Yeah, I also don't like that. If I want to look at your LinkedIn, why should you know that? It's out. It's public knowledge.
That is true.
Like,
it's a very good point.
Why is Al Dukes looking at my LinkedIn account?
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't.
Is that how it works on OnlyFans?
Probably. I just don't like the. But I also think before I look at somebody's LinkedIn, like, what are the chances they're paying for this? Probably low. So my name's not going to show.
There
up.
you go. So you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've just never gotten into it.
Yeah. Because sometimes it'll be like there'll be something with like a salesman or saleswoman here.
Sure.
And they'll be like, oh, go see so-and-so. I'm like, I know that name's familiar. Let me see what they look like. And then you Google them and then their LinkedIn comes up and you click on it. Now it's like, are they getting a note? Al Dukes just looked at your...
I would think so.
Yeah.
I would think so. Again, I don't know it. I'm not familiar enough with LinkedIn to know. As you know, Al, I'm not a big social media guy.
Yeah.
And I know that's more social media work-related stuff. But
people do post on it. I don't ever.
Yeah. Post, like comments?
They might post an article like the future of sports update anchors. Here's an article. You know what I mean? Like, so
there is none.
The end.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so it's things like that. But I don't use LinkedIn. I like to be on it just to be on it. But it's just I find it interesting that every week hundreds of companies in my field search me and don't reach out.
Right.
False.
So NBC is not going to be hiring you to be the new producer of Thursday Night Football.
Correct.
Okay.
I also think it's funny that sometimes, LinkedIn is, probably controlled by algorithms and things,
Mhm.
of course. So on my LinkedIn, I have that I'm a co-host of 5 to 6 a.m.
Yeah.
So I use the her co-host and host of
Yeah. So
something
you get restaurant job offers. Me too.
to be a
Yeah.
hostess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do too. I also get because it also says sports anchor on mine. So I will get like companies with the name anchor in their title.
Hmm.
People like, Anchor Glass has an opportunity for a custodian. You seem to be a fit. I'm like, to be a custodian, that's fine, but that's not what I do.
It's
But
because the anchor.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
so
so
I know
funny.
exactly the keywords.
Yeah, keywords.
Yeah, funny.
Or they'll send you a thing like when they talk to you about trends, they'll be like, co-hosting is down 40%.
I'll tell you what's down 90% is update anchoring. I listen to a lot of the Fan in Dallas and IP in Philly getting ready for the Cowboy
Yeah, oh,
Eagle
yeah.
game. Neither station do updates.
No sports
Not
updates.
during the day. I don't know what they do in the morning like we do, but during the day, no, they take a break right before the top of the hour. I hear the Odyssey Sports Minute, and then it's right back to programming.
Hmm.
There is no update.
Yeah.
So anybody out there that wants to be an update anchor, find something else to do.
Yeah, that is trending, according to Jerry's LinkedIn, that is trending down.
And a bad direction.
Sports update.
Yeah.
My second topic, Jerry, unrelated, is I was thinking this the other day. I saw someone that I know who lost a lot of weight.
Okay. Me
And
too, by the way.
who is? You saw
Me
somebody
too.
as
Yeah.
well?
Yeah.
And
Can I take a guess what you're going to say?
yeah.
You don't want to say anything about it because you feel like they did it with Ozempic.
Well, yes.
I knew it.
First of all, because normally how this would have gone in the past before Ozempic was
You
a
look
thing,
great.
you would say, wow,
Yep.
you really got in shape.
Mhm.
How did you do that? It's really great. Like, what was your story?
Sure.
But now you don't want to do that because I'm sure the person not gonna say, "Oh, I took Ozempic."
I have found some are very open and excited to tell you that they took Ozempic or the other ones that are out there that are
Yeah.
like it. And then others will not, they simply will not discuss it.
Yeah.
And they won't say anything. Like, yeah, I'm working hard.
And also, do you congratulate someone if they took the
Well,
shot?
listen. Hmm.
Like, would I congratulate you if you no longer have stomach issues because you're taking a pill?
So I would say this as someone that has struggled with my weight for really my entire adult life. Now, I'm not 400 pounds, so please don't make this an extreme thing. But I'm heavy. I'm much heavier than I should be. And for me, it's been a struggle. I would say once I got into my late 20s, I started gaining weight at a pretty good clip. And once a year, I would be very disciplined and motivated, and I would lose the weight and I would feel good for a few months. And slowly, once you get off eating the right way with the proper foods, it just comes back. I've gone through this the last few years. So, as someone that really struggles with it, I appreciate the idea of doing it for lack of a better term, doing it the right way, meaning diet and exercise and getting your body right. At the same time, I also know plenty of people that have not had the discipline, maybe lack of motivation, whatever it is. And this has really helped get them to a healthier version of themselves. Now, I don't know if they're going to be on that shot forever or if once they get off the shot, the weight comes back. I don't know that that's their problem, but I don't look down on people for doing it. I understand, like, I get the struggle. It's kind of like I've always said to you back in the day, I chewed tobacco when I was a teenager. I smoked cigarettes, and I remember how hard that was to quit those things. I don't understand what it's like to be a cocaine user or anything like that. But I would say, if from what I've been told, those are 10 to 20 times harder than quitting tobacco, oof, I feel for you. So, like, I get the struggle. So I don't look down on people but I understand that some people do.
Yeah, I've talked about like I legitimately would say I was addicted to Tostitos, and that
I
sounds
remember.
like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
sounds like someone saying, "Oh, yeah, well, you don't
But
really
you
know
get
what
it
being
though.
addicted." The idea of that you consume them, whatever it is, and then go, "I'm not doing that again." And the only way for me not to do that is to not have it in the house.
Correct.
Very simple. And then I go out to the store and I see a bag and I
And
go, you know what?
you talk yourself into it.
Into one
You
bag.
rationalize it.
And then you do it again. And doing that over and over again, I could imagine is very similar to any type of addiction where you do the act,
Yeah.
you're ashamed of yourself for doing it. You say you're not going to do it again, and
And
then
then
you
what
do it
do?
again.
You're chemically addicted to it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess because you also, if you haven't seen somebody for a little while and you see them and they're literally half the size they were, it's also strange to ignore that.
Mhm.
I feel like I don't
Yeah.
know.
I mean, I saw a guy, I didn't know him, but a guy came into our radio booth on Thursday night, knew the crew, that I was working with, and I guess he's from Philly, and he came in and I don't know if it was Brian Baldinger, but one of the guys was like, "Man, you look great." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm down 108 pounds." I was like, "Holy crap." And I didn't know him. So he just looked like a normal, looked good to me. And I'm thinking, that's got to be, in this day and age with what we're doing, I can't maybe he's doing the Stairmaster and he's on the carnivore diet. I don't know. My guess is he's probably on one of these shots and it's working for him.
Yeah, I think a lot of times now we assume the shots.
I assume the shot now because of a couple of things. Number one, it is not this easy for this many people to lose this amount of weight in what is a relatively quick time period. And number two, they now advertise the shot as weight loss. Like it's not just it was supposed to be a diabetes drug, wasn't it, when it
Yes.
began? And that's how at first it was advertised for diabetes. And then it would also say, and you could lose weight. I now blatantly see ads just to lose weight.
Yes.
So if I'm watching that, I'm struggling. I mean, why, if I was 125 pounds overweight, why wouldn't I try?
Right.
Especially as you get into your 40s and 50s when who knows what can happen, So I assume everybody's on the shot.
Yeah. And then for people who are like didn't want to take the shot
Yeah.
and
Me.
lost the weight doing it the hard way, then people are looking at you like, "Oh, Jerry took the shot."
That could be. The only difference I would say there is I think it's a notable time frame, a noticeable time frame. Whereas I feel like if you do it with the diet and the exercise, it's going to be a pound or two a week at most.
Yeah.
And it's going to take you 6 months to where all of a sudden you really start to look the way you want to look. With the shot, the way I've seen it, I've seen people radically lose literally 30 pounds in a month. And it's almost like I just saw him 3 weeks ago. Whoa. Those are the ones where it's like, they got to be on the shot. That or they're fasting for 4 weeks.
Yeah. Do you think it's harder to eat but do you think it's easier to eat crappy food in the summer or winter?
Winter.
Really?
Because you are stuck inside and bored. My biggest issue is the winter from board eating, watching the football all day on a Sunday. I mean, I love football Sundays, I do. But like, for example, Saturday, my son played in a golf tournament. I didn't eat breakfast. I had a cup of coffee after his tournament was over. So I didn't eat all morning. Not by design. I woke up, I wasn't hungry. And we left. I took him to Chili's afterwards just because it was near where the golf course was down in Princeton or wherever the hell we were, Freehold. I don't even know where we were. Then I went in and I got a grilled chicken salad. No dressing. I used the feta cheese that I asked for as my dressing. Felt great. Couldn't have been better. Went home Saturday night. Wasn't really hungry. And I wound up having 2 turkey meatballs at like 7:30. That was it. I was up till 10:30, 11 o'clock. Couldn't have been better. Very, very few calories, actually. But whatever. That was my day. Then comes Sunday. And I had to go to a wake. My friend Scott, who passed away, went to the wake. But Sunday is I run around, I go to the store, I get the bagels I didn't have any bagels. I made eggs with a little guac. I had 1 piece of Ezekiel toast. I'm like, that's a good breakfast. Then the cooking begins. Sunday cooking. And all of a sudden there are chips and salsa out. Now here come the little tacos in the oven, the hors d'oeuvre tacos. Then we're making pasta and meatballs with garlic bread, and the house smells fantastic. And I went from eating as good as you can for 36 hours to I'm kind of hungry. I'll have one. One turns into 5, and it falls apart.
Yeah.
And it's just you're watching the games, and it's like you get up, you're bored, commercials, you're bored, you go grab a chip. For me, it's the winter. Being in the house is the hardest part for me.
Yeah, that makes more sense. And people are moving
Yeah,
around less
that too.
in the winter.
Yeah, that too.
Hmm. All right. And my final topic, Jerry,
Yeah.
is I'm wondering nowadays, do you think most people do or do not have a primary care physician?
I don't actually. I think a
Yeah.
lot of people go to the walk-in places now.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. I don't have one. I asked Gio, told me he doesn't have one.
so I started going to a walk-in place. My primary doctor retired about it was right before the pandemic. It was right before the pandemic. He had just had it with the insurance companies and the copays, and he was at a point where he could retire. So he quit probably 5 years earlier than he thought he was going to. So one day I just got a letter in the mail and he was done. I was like, wow, okay. And I had one final appointment with him and he explained it to me. Okay, fine. So I started going to the walk-ins. There was one that I liked a lot. And they've turned that into a regular doctor's office. So I have stuck with that doctor. So I do have one, but for about 3 years I didn't. And I think most people use the walk-ins now when they don't
Yeah.
feel good.
Yeah. And then I have a gastro doctor, right? So I have to get colonoscopies every 2
Sure.
years. So I have that. I have a urologist, even
Yep.
though he's now in a area where I used to live near
Hmm.
Basking Ridge. But I think that's what happens now. Like I think a lot of people don't have primary care. They go to the walk-in
Yeah.
clinics. And then if you have a specialty issue with whatever your issue
They
is,
send you there.
you have a foot doctor that you go
Yeah.
to, but you don't have that's why so many times be like, follow up with your primary care. You're like, yeah, I don't have one of those.
You are my primary care.
Yeah. Yes. And what is your name? You are my primary care
That's
doctor.
right. The only other doctor I see is a urologist right now.
Yeah.
I had a cardiologist, as you know, in 2017 and 18. But once they cleared me, I stopped going to that doctor. That's it. Urologist is all I see as of now,
Yeah.
thankfully. And I do want to go to Princeton Longevity again in April. That'll be 2 years.
Yeah.
I am going to go again.
Yeah. Because a lot of the things that your primary would do, you could do on your own if you wanted to, like as far as like getting your annual blood work
Yeah.
done.
Well, you turned me on to that.
Yeah.
I was curious about my blood sugar to see if I had type 2 diabetes. So I think it was $60, I got my own blood test.
Yeah.
I walked in, she's like, your insurance? I'm like, no. Like I paid for it. She goes, you did?
Yeah. They find that
Well,
so strange in those
I'm
places.
like, it was $60. She goes, wow, interesting.
Yeah. On their website for either Quest Diagnostic or LabCorp.
I think it's great.
There's all sorts of tests you get done.
like, it explains everything to you.
Yeah. When you get your results in, they'll show you whether you're in the green, the yellow, or the red, what it means, and all those things. Yeah.
My biggest concern, I mean, I have many concerns, but my biggest concern right now, well, two. One would be the visceral fat around the liver, because I'm reading a lot about how bad it is for you. And as I have struggled to lose the weight, I know. I mean, I'm going back to when we went to Princeton Longevity Center a year and a half ago. That was something they told me I had to work on. Hasn't gone so good. Last summer it went good. I did lose 25 pounds, but guess who put it all back on? Here we are. So I am concerned about that, and then also concerned about the whole prostate area thingy, which is why I'll be at the urologist on Thursday to continue that.
Oh, this week you have a urologist.
I'm going Thursday. Thursday is the scope appointment.
When I need a urologist, could I go to your guy?
A little weird.
Weird.
Because don't you and Eddie share one?
Right now, Eddie and I share a urologist.
Yeah, I think
it's weird, but you have a guy you like.
I do. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
I think he's good. I mean, I hope he knows what he's talking about.
And he's got updated equipment.
So he says, yeah. Because I've had this done prior about 15 years ago. And when I mentioned the other doctor and the way it was done, he thought it was archaic. So that made me feel a little bit better.
Yeah, I don't want to go to an archaic doctor.
Yeah, I don't want to do this, but I have to.
Yeah.
I need a peek inside what's going on.
Inside your penis?
Well, further in.
Further inside.
Yeah.
Does it have to enter through the penis
Correct.
hole?
That is what the scope, and that's where it goes.
Ooh.
Not good.
Yeah.
But I had ultrasounds done, and he's like, this is the last thing we got to look at to figure this out. I'm like, okay. Medicine didn't work.
Yeah.
A little concerning.
Damn.
Yeah.
And of all things, couldn't be a shin or an ankle. The penis.
I would have taken the shin. Well, it's not that. It's what's
It's
inside the
yeah.
body.
Yeah.
That
yes.
works fine.
Right. That's why they have to go inside the penis
Correct.
to see what's going on.
Disaster. This getting old sucks.
The body does seem very complicated. Like,
you think?
right? Like every little thing's got a million parts.
And one little thing goes wrong, and it's it's like an engine with a car. It's like an airplane. Like our body is our machine, basically.
Yes.
Which is why it makes no sense that we shove candy and cake and cookies down our throat constantly.
Yeah,
that's literally like going outside when you go put gas in your car. Hold on a second. Let me throw this case of water in there first. That makes no sense.
No, it does not make sense.
Let's throw some Coca-Cola in with the gasoline.
Yeah.
That'll run beautifully.
Yeah.
We really are stupid.
Yeah. Stinks.
It does. My biggest issue, I would say, though, with the food, and this even goes with me with finances. If I don't write stuff down and have a plan, everything to me is just out there and it's very fuzzy and I have no direction. I know what to do, but unless I see it, I don't do it. Meaning, like this morning, I made sure last night before we started a new cornhole league last night. So before I went to that, I knew I was going to get home a little later than normal. I knew I'd be up and tired this morning. 4:00 yesterday, I'm like, you know what? Let me put my food together for tomorrow. So I'm not sitting there at 3 a.m. like, oh, what do I do? Now I know what I should do. Grab an apple, grab a pepper, grab a couple of meatballs. Like I know what to do. Grab the yogurt, but I'm not thinking straight at 3:00. I'm exhausted. Damn, that devil egg looks good. I'll eat that on the way into work.
Yes.
So I wanted to, and I know not to do that. But sometimes when you don't have it laid out, or if you want to make a meal, sometimes I'll sit there and say, what should we have for dinner tonight? I don't know. Oh, the hell with it. Just make chicken cutlets. Meantime, you deep frying chicken cutlets, which isn't good for you, but it's easy because you know it. So I'm trying to write out the week so that I see what I'm going to eat. So when I go shopping on Sunday morning, I get everything and it's in the house.
Yeah.
If I don't do that, hell, I might as well have SpaghettiOs. I'm lost. By the way, do you know how much a can of Amy's soup is?
A can of Amy's soup. I'm going to say a can of that is, because it's not Campbell's. So I'm going to say a can of Amy's soup is $5.60.
You're close. It was $5.49 the other day at Stop and Shop. So
Damn.
for one can of soup, like, holy crap! I picked it up. I put it right back down.
Oh yeah, put that
because
right
that's
back
the
down,
type
Jerry.
of meal you ain't full when you're done with it.
No, you'll still be starving.
God damn, $5.50 for a can of soup.
Freaking Amy's soup.
Yeah, well, all this stuff's expensive.
All right, Jared, let's do the warm-up program. We'll be back here tomorrow on a Wednesday after Mets and Yankees have games.
Okay.
5 a.m. So